What's up? This is Greg here with Gag Order Radio. Here with Boston-based Vanna. Just finished their in-store signing at Hot Topic in Concord, New Hampshire. And you guys just finished tour with Every Time I Die in a Case You Strain. And you basically finished in Boston, and then you're going to play Boston again in April. And how does it feel playing in front of Boston? Where Vanna started, where you guys are from, and what's the energy like in Boston?
I think. I'll hold this. I think that it's really cool that we have such a strong support in the place that we're from. We tour with a lot of bands, and sometimes we ask bands like, "Oh, we're playing your hometown soon. How is it gonna be cool?" And like, "Oh no, we don't really do well in our hometown." I think I always find it weird when bands don't do well where they're from. Yeah. With that being said, Boston's kind of like a fickle place, and it definitely feels good to have them on our side and supporting, because wherever we come home or wherever we head, there's a Boston or Massachusetts or New Hampshire or Maine or New England show on a tour, we always are like, everyone's going to have a good show, everyone's going to have so much energy, it's going to be great for everyone. So I think it's really cool coming from that place. That being said, I think that even before I was in the band, they had to really earn it. I think it's just with New England, you have to earn it. Yeah. You got to put in the work, and you got to put in the effort to support a local scene. You know what I mean? And I think that we still try to do that. We're playing in Worcester on the 25th, and we're putting all of our friends. I don't want to say locals, but they're just this regional bands on the show to maybe help them other kids see their band and stuff like that. So. If you support Boston, Boston supports you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And looking at the tour dates from last tour, you guys basically sprinted around the country. Started in Chicago.
Every night.
Went up and over and back down. I was looking through, and I think I saw one date where you guys didn't play. And what kind of toll does it take on your body or your psychology? What's it like being on a tour for 2 months and just basically sprinting the whole way through?
It's good. Still sick. Yeah, so most of us are still kind of sick now, and it's really hard. That tour especially, we were doing overnights almost every night, 8-hour drives or longer, and so the amount of sleep that you get and where you get to sleep, I think we only did do an overnight for 8 nights. Yeah, I mean, of the entire 6 weeks, it was maybe a week of days, maybe a little bit more that we actually stayed at houses with friends and stuff, and so yeah, it takes a huge toll, and that combined with playing every night, which is physically draining on top of it gets really tiring by the end, but it's the greatest feeling in the world too, so it weighs out the good with the bad, and it's definitely worth it, but people don't realize how rough it can be. For 23 and a half hours a day, it's tough, really, really tough. And for that half an hour a day that we get on stage, it's the best thing ever. So, yeah.
And I guess it just kind of goes to show your work ethic. I mean, your kind of schedule goes EP album tour, EP album tour. You guys have never really taken any time off, really. You had the Cane Bearing Bones was 09, and then 11, right? And then you had Warped Tour 12. Now this album 13. Now your next tour, where does the drive come from? Where does the work ethic come from?
Kind of where Nick left off, just to play. We get that half hour a day to do what we love to do, and it's worth that 23 and a half hours of crappy food, crappy sleep, dealing with weird people in different countries sometimes. So
you kind of have to stay relevant, especially these days.
Yeah, you gotta stay.
It's such a saturated market where if we were to take 4 months off, that would set us back so much. It would just be you have to keep going.
All the hard work that we do and to make records and stuff, and that the touring thing is the whole point of making records, is to go to shows and have kids connect with you and come and hang out. That's the whole point of it. So taking any time, plus I don't know, I feel when we got too much time off, we all try to work and stuff, but we all just get okay, I'm ready to go again. So when you get home, you're oh, I'm home, I don't want to do anything, and then right before a tour, maybe a couple weeks before, you're oh man, I really want to get out of here. So I mean,
get anxious.
I think we're all still at the point where we all still love doing this, right. And that's kind of what drives you to do it. And I think the people that don't love it will fall away. People have, especially even in this, in our band. If you don't love it, you will fall away from it. So.
And speaking of dealing with crazy people on tour and whatnot, I guess something pretty weird happened out in Texas. I was wondering if you could elaborate on that.
Yeah, why don't you?
Please be in depth with it. Don't skip anything, or I will take over.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to be in depth because I was under the influence. So, from what I remember,
You've been drinking.
I've been drinking. Basically, whatever happened, somebody threw a Red Bull can at me or a can at me, and I got mad and threw it over a bridge.
Not really mad, just kind of joking.
Jokingly, obviously, I'm not getting it mad.
Throwing things
Throwing things around, having fun. And the Austin PD didn't appreciate it too much. And,
They were waiting right there.
Yeah, they went. Yeah,
Basically landed at the feet of like.
yeah.
They had front row seats.
And then searched it for drugs. And they just came all the way up, and I could see him coming, and I was like, oh.
Basically, they thought I threw a beer can over a bridge when I tried to just tell them it was a Red Bull can. But I guess it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, his response.
I guess I told him it had
his
wings.
response was, I didn't throw it. Red Bull has wings.
And it flew out of your hand.
So, anyways, $125 later, emails later, and yeah, that's
Court date.
and it's on my record permanently. So
Now you're a literal
criminal.
You're a criminal.
basically,
literal.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's going by prison Eric now.
If you go near like a police station in Texas, you'll see a wanted with airspace.
Eric's
all
face
over
on
it.
it. Funny rabbit ears and a Red Bull.
Littering and
Littering. And yeah, so I mean, I look forward to you guys seeing you guys in Worcester. Missed the Boston show, but I'll definitely be in Worcester. Worcester's way better, but
Upstairs played.
upstairs, unbelievable.
And that show, we are doing a record.
Yeah, we're gonna play the whole record, like cover to cover.
Nice.
The new record, and then we're gonna play some old stuff too.
Nice.
But we just, we just want to kind of. We never got to do that. We never got to play a whole record cover to cover at a show.
Right.
And I think this will be a good opportunity.
Definitely.
And
That'd be fun.
upstairs will be wild. Then we're gonna do some old stuff too. So it's gonna be a cool night.
All right, awesome. And that's Greg here with Gag Order, hanging out with Vanna, signing off.